Congratulations! Many of you have already been accepted to a college. Not being in person, we miss the excitement of hearing about those acceptances and sharing in the nervousness of not hearing just yet.
If you haven't heard back yet, there is still time. Check spam folders, call schools, especially if it's a school that you really want to attend.
Community college is always an option. It's not where you start, it's how you end.
After the initial thrill of acceptance, choosing a college can be a daunting task, especially if many of your friends and classmates have already committed to one. We are going to weigh options before the May 1st deadline and know that it's okay to be unsure about your future plans.
In fact, not having a dream school in mind can help you make a wiser choice about personal fit and overall price.
We will use this time to conduct more research on your schools of choice and consider the overall quality of education and student experience, as well as cost and financial aid packages.
There are several areas to consider. One is major. When you applied to schools,
And especially since we had you apply to 10 schools,
sometimes your specific major was not listed. So if you got into a school that doesn't have the exact major you want, maybe that is not the school for you.
making sure you know how many students are at the college is really important because it'll help determine the community you'll be living in for the next 4 or more years.
Do you want a smaller student population or a larger one?
You can find out the number of students at any college very easily online. Another aspect of college to consider is the student-faculty ratio.
Meaning how many teachers there are compared to students.
This ratio will help you get a better sense of the average class size and how likely it will be to have a close relationship with your professors.
College is a place to find out what you're really interested in and the perfect time to pursue those passions. So it is really important that you look into the different student groups offered at each school of interest.
Whether you want to play on sports teams or be a part of a certain club on campus, research whether or not the college has opportunities for you.
At most colleges, you can also start your own club. Most schools have something for everyone. It is really more about you going out and joining them.
One of the most memorable parts of your college experience will be what life was like on campus and outside of the classroom.
You may want a politically specific community, a campus where everyone knows each other, a place where tons of activities are happening every night, or a combination of different qualities.
Make sure you do your research to find out what life on campus is really like. This may mean reading student blogs or contacting a current student to get the real inside scoop, or maybe even visiting the campus again, even if just virtually.
It is so important that you understand what campus life is like before choosing to attend, because it may make or break your college experience. One of the key factors in the final college decision is financial aid. Compare the financial aid awards that each college has offered you and decide with your family which package works best for you within your budget.
Also, check to see if the colleges have any sort of institutional scholarships that are worth applying for. Even though this part of the college search is not as exciting as other parts, it's a step that needs to be taken in this big decision process.
There are lots of financial aid that comes your way, types of grants and loans. Common financial offers that come to you are listed here. One of them is the federal Pell Grant. Most of you are going to get offered this. This is a really good grant because you do not have to pay it back. Then you're going to be offered loans, subsidized and unsubsidized loans, and that's important to understand the difference. Notice in purple, the federal subsidized Stafford loan is one where the government pays all the interest while you're in school, and you don't have to start paying it back until 6 months after you graduate. But an unsubsidized loan, if you're offered that, what happens is the interest accrues from the time you begin that loan. So you may get an unsubsidized loan when you're a freshman, and let's say for $5,000, but by the time you graduate, now it's going to be $5,600, and you have to pay that interest back, whereas the subsidized loans, the government paid all that interest for you while you were in school.
Another thing that can happen if you still don't have enough money is called a PLUS loan. It's the federal parent loan for undergraduate students. Now, this is really a co-loan. It's for you and your parents. I actually have a loan out, 2 of them. For my son, he's now graduated, as you guys know. I had to take out a PLUS loan the last 2 years that he was in college because he was living away and we had to pay for his living expenses. Those can be both subsidized and unsubsidized as well. And we didn't have to start paying on him until 6 months after he graduated.
Now, if you get waitlisted, it's not the end of the world.
If a school has placed you on their wait list, they really do like you.
A very small percentage of applicants to many schools are put on the wait list, and that's only because they don't have enough room to accept every fabulous student
Like you.
who applies. So take a moment to be proud of yourself.
There isn't a good way of estimating your chances of acceptance from a wait list, since the number pulled can fluctuate depending on how many from the accepted class don't attend.
However, only 5% to 10% of applicants are accepted.
And even fewer for elite schools.
So make contingency plans that will help you go to a college in the fall.
Indicate that you would like to stay on the wait list. If the school is one that you're genuinely interested in attending, elect to stay on the wait list.
If you're not sure whether you would actually attend if admitted, you should refuse the offer. Make sure to make a deposit for a different school by May 1st.
May 1st is National College Decision Day, which means you should submit a deposit to one of your accepted schools on or before this day.
This ensures you will be entering some college or university in the fall.
If you're eventually accepted from the waitlist, you can unenroll at your accepted school and enroll at your waitlisted school.
Stay involved. You may feel discouraged, but now is not the time to let senioritis sneak up on you. So keep up your grades, stay active in your extracurriculars as much as you can during distance learning. Even as your senior year comes to an end, it will only help you no matter where you end up in the fall.
Be persuasive, but not pushy. Your case will not be helped by being rude to the admissions team, excessively emailing the school, or bombarding the office with supplementary materials. Contact the admissions office and find out what information they want before sending or requesting anything. Follow the rules exactly.
If it's allowed, it probably isn't a bad idea to send a short letter to reiterate your commitment to the school and send another letter of recommendation, especially if you think it will help your case.
Take a deep breath. If you've made it this far, you have the courage and intelligence to succeed anywhere.
So take a look at the colleges where you've been accepted and fall in love with them too. If all else fails, choose the college that feels right for you. There's no single school out there that's a perfect fit, but if you're drawn toward one campus in particular, it's probably a sign that you'll be happy there.
If you still can't pick, don't worry about ending up at the most prestigious school or the one that your family is pushing you to attend. Most students end up loving it wherever they go, regardless of whether or not it was their first choice.
When you do make your final decision, make sure you act on it. Accept the offer and send in your deposit.
For most of us, the deposit will likely be waived. Then notify the other schools you are not going to attend and decline their offer or withdraw your applications.
This way, you make a spot for someone else. Again, congratulations on beginning your new adventure after high school. We're super excited for you. Yay!